Hello, my beautiful tribe. How are you all doing? What a beautiful afternoon. Such a gorgeous sunny day. I feel the energies are feeling very inner childlike coming out to play. The sun rays, I feel they're really uplifting. And the energies, they've been absolutely insane, have they not? With the strawberry moon last night. We had actually, I noticed looking at the Schumann resonance on Tuesday, we have had another huge timeline shift. It was actually a double timeline shift. And if I recall correctly, there was another one shortly after. I should look into that just to make sure, but I did actually feel it. I normally have certain feelings and certain things happen in my life, certain shifts happen in my life, sometimes really odd and spooky. And that's kind of confirmation about this timeline jump that we're having. And on Tuesday night, I actually went to a business networking event. I was supposed to be doing, a healing corner, offering people a little bit of healing. And then I was asked to be the business spotlight. And it actually worked amazingly, to be honest, because it didn't feel disjointed. It just naturally went from speaking and into welcoming people into the magical corner I created at the back of this restaurant in Reigate. And it was so amazing. And it's something that we always talk about, and it's come up recently talking to Shane, that is creating sacred space within a space. No matter where you go, you'll carry it with you. So it doesn't matter if you're at a center, it doesn't matter if you're in a street or you are in a restaurant, you can create a sacred space. You create this bubble where people step into a different dimension, which is higher vibration. And it was confirmed for me, but so many people that stepped into that space and they were like, oh my God, I feel it. I'm all tingling, what's this? What's going on? And I I love it. I just love the way it all works. And the energies that I work with, they're so amazing and they're so amplified right now. Many more guides are stepping through to help you all, to come back to yourselves, to help you shift those baggages and those pain and trauma that you're all carrying, because it is time. It truly is time now to let it all go and become the master of your seal. You don't need anything external to tell you who you are and where you're going. And you can manifest anything you want. You just have to believe it. And also, by shedding and letting go of things that are holding us down, you're allowing the light to come into you to help you shift forward and attract anything that you want and you desire for your highest good. And I have to say, this last month has been absolutely insane, seeing this shift in so many of you. And there is so many patterns and synchronicity among the community. It's just so beautiful to see. And how a lot of you that have been through some really deep traumas, are coming up literally a full circle. Like, no, this doesn't own me anymore. I am not this. I am not this energy. I'm not this emotion. I'm not this trauma. I am divine light, and I do deserve better. I do deserve to be loved. I do deserve to have abundance in my life, and when that clicks into your consciousness and subconscious, then the magic happens. Everything starts to shift. Yes, it's okay to have a step backwards. It happens because we are realigning, we are relearning, we're reprogramming and reframing everything that we ever knew. You know, with new conversations, with new ways of being. But don't allow, don't beat yourself up because you're falling down again. It's okay. Sometimes that fall is also your guides testing you to see if you'll learn your lesson, if you are going to embrace the change that you tasted and felt and move forward with it, or you're going to give up and fall back into the same patterns, right? So the key is awareness. When you are aware of what you're doing, when you're aware of these patterns coming back round, then you can say, okay, I see this, I see what's going on here, but thank you, but no thanks. I release you with love, I release you with compassion and gratitude, but this does no longer serve me, right? So in this beautiful high vibrational energy that we're going through, and I've been dumped with so much powerful energy right now, totally amplified 100. I was doing a private session yesterday, and I had to ask them to dial it down a little bit because I nearly fell off my chair. I'm kid you not. It's quite hilarious, actually. I find all of this very amusing, in all honesty. It doesn't matter what happens to me, even when I notice some low vibrational energy sent my way. I just don't spiral anymore. I acknowledge it. I recognize it for what it is. And I just laugh because those energies hate it when you laugh. They hate it when they can't get to you. So, yes, just laugh it off. Because, if you allow it to attach by giving into it, giving your power away, giving your attention to it, that's when things get a little bit, iffy. So yeah, we don't want to do that. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm just here setting up for tomorrow night, actually. And I'm halfway through blowing up all the beds and aligning everything, and I just had this strong pull to come and do a collective reading for you all. It's been a while since my last one, maybe just over a month. I think the last one was around the 7th, maybe the 6th of June, something like that. So yeah, I think we're overdue, and like I said, there's been so many huge shifts that have been happening, and it'd be nice to see where the story goes, right? Since every reading I've done so far, it seemed to be a little bit of a story going on. So yeah, let's stop rambling, shall we? And let's move forward with the important part of it. Not that what I talk about is not important, because there's always a reason of, to what I say is always channeled. The message is always channeled and encoded with frequency. So it's speaking to your soul, and it will probably resonate with many of you listening to me waffling. All right, my lovelies, let's begin as always by spraying the area and cleansing the space, raising a vibration, and we're calling upon our guides to protect us and allow energies that are only for our highest good. And I'm going to, as always, begin with an opening prayer. Let's take a deep breath in to center ourselves. And release. Divine energies of Mahat, balance and harmony. We gather in this sacred space, united by the lingering light of the strawberry moon that shone upon us last night. As its nurturing glow fades, we welcome the wisdom it has imparted to guide us on our journey. Great Mother Nut, who blankets the night sky with stars, cradle us in your embrace as we seek guidance from the cards. Let the energies of the strawberry moon continue to illuminate our paths and reveal the truths we seek. May the vibrations of this celestial moment heighten our intuition, allowing us to discern what resonates within us. As we journey together, let us honor our individual experiences, embracing the messages that uplift our spirits, and gently releasing what no longer serves our highest good. With gratitude for the ancestors who guide us and the divine forces that support us and surround us, we ask for clarity, insight, and connection. May our hearts be open, our minds be clear, and our spirits be aligned as we embark on this collective reading. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. So it is, and so it shall be. Okay, let's begin. As always, I'm going to use my 3 trusty decks, the Career and Life Oracle deck, the Messages of Cosmic Oracle decks, and the Healing Spirits. So let's see what's in store for us today. Okay, so you won't believe it that I was about 10 minutes in recording this reading and I didn't press the record button. So let's start again and let's see if I can tap into that energy again. I was in such a flow. It was so amazing that what was coming out was really good. But anyway, let me just take a deep breath again and center myself. Okay, so I shuffled the deck and as always cards came jumping out and we have 7 cards and I was guided to lay them out in a row of 3 by 3, which made me smile because it's also a very powerful key of the universe actually. If you know about Tesla, 369 is the key to the universe, a very powerful healing frequency as well. So, and then there was a 7th card, which was the wisdom card, and I've placed it on the left side in the middle. I was drawn to do that because it's very much about the divine feminine right now. Many of us ladies, for one reason or another, we all been stepping into a masculine energy, and we are really being called to come back to our femininity right now, to soften and be more loving and compassionate. So that's why I felt guided to put the card on the left, and it's also a wisdom card. But it also made me smile because it's a lantern, and in one of the recent soul alchemy sessions, workshops that we had with Shane, we did, one of the exercises we did is to reconnect our divine will and our divine grace, and see what messages and what gifts we would have received. So divine grace is your heart and divine will is your solar plexus, your gut. And it's all very much about fire right now for me, which is why I'll get so hot at the moment with the energies that's coming in. So when I connected divine grace, I was given this beautiful fire butterfly, and which is all about, the message that came through is all about transformation and transmutation, healing, and dissolving those wounds and those traumas into a higher timeline and a higher frequency, energy. And Divine Will was, of course, is at the moment a hermit. My hermit came through, literally running through the reception door towards me with his lantern, and he placed it in my solar plexus. And the message was about divine light and fire activation, igniting the fire within, which is pretty much what I do my work with all of you, is that you'll come through the door when you're ready, and I help you and guide you through the shedding and the transformation and transmutation of all your pain and trauma. And when we are past a certain point, then I use the flame to ignite who you are, ignite your purpose, reigniting the remembrance into who you are, of who you are, and what you're meant to be doing in this lifetime. And this reading is actually very much about career, about work, career, and it's definitely a continuation, and it's definitely where you are right now. And it also connects very much to the conversation that have been coming up recently, and also in my private session yesterday. And I keep looking back at the fire, The energy that's coming through right now is so intense and so hot and I get it. There's dragon energy that is coming through right now. Some of my soul speak was actually coming through yesterday as dragon at one point, and I was guided to bring the fire breath through to transmute and elevate my client. And I've been feeling that so deeply recently. And then just before I came to the center, there was a little parcel for me that arrived, and it was actually my dragon new necklace, which is a dragon. And I had a conversation with somebody else came up, and we were talking about dragon and dragon art and just dragon in everywhere. So it's very much about transmutation. It's very much about burning those old energies, burning the old bridge that no longer serves us and is not leading us where we need to be, because we are all moving towards our highest excitement, our best versions of selves as we shed. And this is what this reading is about. So the first card is the people skills, and there's looking and money matters. Now, I know some of you are actually looking for something new, for something different. Here we go, bear with me. Some of those throat chakras clearing. Wow, that was big release there for some of you. So some of you are feeling frustrated because you want to move to better pastures, so to speak. But you feel choked right now because money is a bit of a concern. Whether it's because there's not enough to spare to support you during this transition, or whether there's not enough to guide you to brush up on your skills and learn something new, to lead you where you want to go. I like the people skills card because for some of you, there might be a change of career that you're wishing for, whether you want to become a counselor, whether you're being led to become a healer, a light worker. That's been coming up actually recently, the amount of people that have been given a message that they are light workers, and that's the path they need to follow. A lot of you deeply feel that you are of service and you want to be of service. You want to help humanity move forward and heal and shift. So you're trying to figure out how to make that happen when you may not have the possibility of stepping away from where you are at in this moment to take 5. So you can breathe and make things happen. But I find it interesting as well because it's about reframing as well what you already know. For instance, I've done this myself, and again, this is a conversation that's been coming up with some of you during sessions, that you feel that a lot that you know is not 100% truth or in alignment with your truth and beliefs. And it doesn't all serve somebody's highest good. And you feel guided into looking at everything you know, everything you learned, and just take the best parts from it that resonate with you and bring that forward. But you're not quite sure how. And maybe it's not necessarily about stepping into something else that's already there for you. I truly feel it's time for you to embrace all that you know and create your own version of whatever it is, because that's going to have a really beautiful high energetic frequency to it, because it comes from your heart, it comes from your soul, it comes from a space of passion and authenticity and truth. I've done so much training over the years, so many different types of healing modalities. I've learned so much, and a lot of it doesn't actually resonate. It's not been resonating with me, and I am one of these people that if something is not in alignment, I will stop and search for truths or search for something that is going to be in alignment with how my soul feels. And you know, everything I've ever done is led me to who I am now, because I've surrendered completely to my path last year, December actually, after initiation in winter solstice, and embraced and trust who I am and what I do and the guides that I work with. And I really go with the flow and move with the energies, which means I don't sit in my mind and overthink, wait a minute, this is how I've been taught to do this, this is how I've been taught to do this. I don't. I just take everything that feels good in my soul, that resonates, all that skill set I have, And I have a very varied skill set, from technical to caring and everything in between. And I made my own. I create my own that works for me, is in alignment with me. And because of that, it works so beautifully and it radiates out. You know, that passion, that love, that conviction, that knowing, it ripples out among everything and everyone, and that's why it's so impactful, because it comes from a space that is so deep within me, and it extends to the higher realms, it extends to my higher self and beyond, and then it's been channeled through into this realm, because my wish is to help you all find your own way, empower you to truly be who you are and what you're here to do. Remember why you chose to come here in this moment in time. These are very special times we're going through right now. We are literally creating history. We're changing. We're changing the story. We're making it our story, not his story. And we do that by healing. We do that by coming together as a community, by surrendering, by trusting, by holding one another, by speaking our truth, however painful that may be, by surrendering to the healing journey, be willing to be open, cracked open, and allow everything to shed and allow the light in and transmute that darkness within that we've been told for such a long time to ignore. That our shadow is what's wrong with us, our mistakes. You see, I don't see things as mistakes. I see things as lessons. Some choices that we make may not be in alignment. They may lead us to a path that is not always pretty. But if we learn from it, and then we transmute it, so we're not beating ourselves up, that we're not holding on to guilt and to shame, or whatever it was, but we recognize it as part of us and we integrate it and transmute that, and recognize that that was an experience, a lesson that allowed us to grow. So we carry the lesson, but not the emotion. It's so important. Old paradigms, old teachings, the whole love and light community, they get you to focus only on the light. But like it or not, we do live in duality. This realm is made of light and dark. And when you unite both sides and you transmute that darkness by bringing the light within it, then you can rise up towards the light. We aspire to be love and light in our actions, in our words, in the way we portray yourself. But it's not actually portraying yourself, it's who you are. You embody love and light, but you don't ignore the shadow either. because you need to know the shadow in order to be the light. I hope that makes sense. And that's why I have such issue with those who only teach love and light, only focus on love and light, because life is messy. Life is not just love and light and Ankidori and la la la, flying around with the fairies. Yes, it's that too, but it's not just that. And the more you heal, the more you shed, the more you integrate, the more you will experience lightness, brightness, light, love. Everything that you wish you become. But you can't be that if you ignore your shadow. If you're trying to bypass the journey. And this is why plant medicine is so powerful, because it will make you face your shadow. It will crack you open and it will give you exactly what you need. It will show you the answers so you can move forward. So, that was a big channel there. Whew. Thank you, Spirit. And so we're moving into the second layer of this reading, and we begin with the wisdom. So when we look within, when we connect within, so we realize what our highest excitement is. We realize what we want to do. So we tap into that wisdom now, whether it is within our hearts, our own wisdom, because we all know, we all have the ability of having the answers for what we need. We don't always have to look externally, but sometimes it helps to lean onto others until you become strong and empowered and trust your own self. So again, this kind of come up before, that in order to move forward towards your highest excitement, it doesn't mean you have to quit the job that you're doing now, the career, whatever it is. You have to use your wisdom, tap into the wisdom in order to work out the path for you. So you're looking. It's okay to look. It's okay to plan. It's okay to literally write down a plan of action of what you want and where you want to go. This situation that you're going through right now, I do feel it's still short term. You got the short term card here. I feel like it's going to be short lived. I think that the more you move into alignment with that energy, what you want, and the more you gain clarity of who you are and what you want, is going to shift things so quickly. It's going to actually bring in opportunities for you. And these opportunities, it may mean that you're going to be starting a new business. I know some of you are. Or maybe you are going to be collaborating with someone or somewhere. Maybe someone's going to offer you the opportunity for you to explore this new you. And what is making this situation a little bit difficult as well is that some of you are working with some energy and outside forces that are trying to keep you where you are. You might be wrestling with a situation that, for instance, you might be in a relationship and you're trying to make things work. So you're giving your energy to this connection, to this relationship, but deeply in your heart, you feel that it's not going to move forward, because if there isn't a commitment and a willingness to change from both parties, it becomes stagnant, right? It's dead energy, and this dead energy then becomes detrimental. It becomes an entity of its own. It becomes an energy vampire. I've got a drama card here, and the imagery on it, it's very much about vampiric energy to me. And obviously, and it's very draining. It's draining on you, and emotionally, mentally, physically, which means you don't have anything left for yourself to breathe. I feel that there's so much heaviness on the chest, like I can't breathe. Like I feel it's like a panic attack. Like I want this, I want to move away from this, but I don't know how. How can I get out of this energy situation? How can I make sure I am comfortable, I'm safe, I am supported? Because it is so much easier to stay in what you know than venture into the unknown, right? That is the challenge that we face. That's when we step deep into ourselves, into a soul, into our hearts, and feel, not think, feel if taking this giant leap of fate is the right thing to do for you right now. What is holding you back? Is it fear? Or is it a feeling that it's not quite right for you to take that step? Because if it feels in alignment, to move towards it, then you have nothing to fear, then you have nothing to doubt, because you're being held and supported by the universe. They will not let you fall. They will catch you. Again, I'll speak from experience. It may not be a relationship, as you know, as a couple relationship. It might be friendship. It might be co-workers. There's a lot of jealousy out there at the moment. There's a lot of narcissistic energies as well, of individuals that don't like the shedding. They don't like what you're becoming, how more self-assured and empowered you're becoming. And they want to keep you where you are. So they may be chitter-chatting behind your back. They may be trying to turn throat chakra here. Yeah. They might be trying to turn people against you. Again, I know this is very, very true for me right now. So if that person is listening, you seem to forget that I know things. I don't directly need to know and directly need to hear. I know what you're doing and what you're saying, because you forget we read energy, not words. And in all honesty, and this is a lesson for all of you listening, stepping into your power. I really don't care what you're saying and what you're doing, because I'm no longer giving you my power. Your tricks no longer work. When you know who you are and when you trust divine guidance, and I'll say this to you all the time, nothing can shake you. And when I hear some of the comments that have been said out there, I literally laugh, because I'm not surprised, because I know what's going on, and this individual is totally clueless to it all. And it's sad. It's really sad, especially when you have said this was happening. If they went down that path and they still didn't believe, because they don't believe and trust in themselves, in the ability that lies within their soul. And when you don't know who you are and you project onto others all of your traumas, your frustrations, your fears, there's only one way to go, and that's a destructive path, which means you've chosen to take the hardest path that is going to lead you to a very tough brick wall where you're going to bang your head before you wake up. And it's okay, sometimes people need that. People need to sink so low, go through that dark night of the soul before they can see the light. Because the programming is so deep, so grounded. You know, the sabotaging program is so hard to break. So instead of recognizing our shadow and owning our shadow and integrating it, we project it onto others. Because it's easier. It's easier to fall than to step up. And if this is a situation that some of you are in, and I'm sure you are, brings me back to the post that I wrote the other day, actually, about this. And yes, a lot of you feel that is easier said than done. But I always speak from experience, everything I talk about, I've walked the path. I've done the work. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. But it's important to know that a lot of what we feel and think is not ours, is projections from the external, is projections from others. So we have to recognize that voice. And I know it's difficult as an empath. You feel it so deeply. I know only too well. But I've learned from my lessons. I've healed so many layers, which is why I'm able to brush it off. It's not that I don't care, and it's not that I'm asking you not to care. Being an empath is empathizing with somebody's emotion, so we're able to relate to them and heal. However, we can't take that on as if it's ours, because then it becomes destructive. Then we're not able to do the work. I mean, imagine if I took on, when I do sound baths, I release so much and I transmute so much from a lot of you, and sometimes it becomes stuck within me. So I have to physically, consciously do it, the clearing. But imagine what I would be like if I kept in me everything I take out, every emotion, every pain, every trauma. I wouldn't be able to do what I do. I certainly wouldn't be here. I'd be lying in a bed somewhere, really sickly. And it did happen to me years ago. I had a total burnout because all I did was give. And really take and keep within me. And that was the biggest lesson for me, to know that we can't function that way. And by not holding on to somebody's pain doesn't mean you don't care. You do care, but you have to protect yourself. You have to shield yourself. So don't allow these energies to stop you from being everything you're meant to be in this here and now. Protect yourself, shield yourself. There's a protection card here. You are being protected by the divine. You are being protected by your guides, but you also have to consciously protect yourself. Sometimes that means keeping your desires and your truth to yourself and not sharing it with the world. Unless you truly, truly trust somebody that can carry that truth and support you and rejoice for you. Become aware who these energies are, who these people are that are trying to cause trouble for you. And don't give it your power. Be aware, but don't give it power. Keep your emotions in check. Don't gossip about it. Because you need all of the strength and the good energy that you can have right now. It's really important because you are literally on the cusp of a new dawn. I feel it, I see it, I am so freaking excited for you. Honestly, I can't wait. I really can't wait to see where this this is going where it's going to take you, where you are taking yourself. You are becoming such a beautiful bright light. You're becoming so strong as everything is becoming clear for you and is moving into alignment. Yes, there is a little bit of worry still because of the financial situation and you can't see your way through this, how to make this happen. But it is happening for you, and the energies of this full moon, this strawberry moon, oh my God. Honestly, I've asked many of you to do a little manifestation ritual, and also a fire manifestation ritual of burning away all the things that no longer serve you, and one of everything that was of your highest desire. So we let go and we bring in. And remember that when we heal, this is very important, when we heal and release, we always envision divine light coming through, filling those spaces that now are empty, that are dark. We need to illuminate those spaces so we are not attracting that energy that keeps us down. We bring in energies that is lifting us up. Okay, so crikey, this is getting a long reading. So I'm going to quickly move through this to the next deck. This card just flew out. Here you go. When you find something that excites you, go all in and enjoy the ride. Yep, absolutely, absolutely. This is what this reading is saying. Once you know, there's no stopping you. Go for it. And we must forgive if you want to be free. So these energies that are coming in that are trying to stop us, let's not embody them. Let's not be angry with them. Let's have compassion and unconditional love towards them, because these are people that are hurting. These are people that are traumatized. They're suffering. And when you're traumatized and suffering, you don't see the light, right? So it's easier to lash out on others, especially if this other party, you, are moving to something better. If you're feeling happier in your life, you know, you are transforming and transmuting everything in you with, you know, outside of you, around you. It's difficult, you know, for some. So we must forgive them. Because if we don't forgive them, we're only holding ourselves back, right? Because we're giving into that energy. We're giving power to that dense energy. We don't want to do that. We want to transmute it. It's always about transmutation. And then this other card that popped out is stop pushing against it. Stop pushing against what is, align with it and move on. So again, once you know what it is that you want, move towards it. Move into alignment with that energy. So you're shedding things that are holding you back. You're letting go of the old, and you are stepping into that beautiful new bright butterfly that you are. And this last card, you have the power to create the life you love. Remember that. Preach. I say this all the time. Once we know, we know. We are powerful. We just forgotten how powerful you are. And when we reconnect and reignite that light, it's a light bulb on this card. Then you start creating what you want, because you're changing your frequencies. You're allowing that energy of abundance to step in to help you create the life of your dreams. How beautiful is that? And actually, my eye caught attention to the card that's right at the bottom, which is never forget how resilient you are. You always bounce back. Like I said at the beginning, we're human. We're here to learn, to remember. It's okay to fall back from time to time when you begin this journey, even when you're further, along the path. But remember that you're stronger, resilient. So you might go one step backwards, but you're going to leap 10 forward. And especially if you find us here in the center. I don't advertise much. And the people that are finding us is because of word of mouth, but also they find us through some really odd situations and guidance from the universe. And I love it, because people that are ready to do the work and really dive deep within themselves and remember who they are, so they can really become the best version of who they are, they find us. And it's just been like a constant trickle at the moment. For the last month, it's been like every day somebody new finding us in very beautiful and magical ways. And I am so grateful. I'm so grateful to my guides. I'm so grateful to the universe, to my highest self, and for giving me the opportunity of walking this path and do the things that I do, and learning to trust what I do, and the magic of this beautiful space that we are in and share with you all. I truly am grateful, and I want you all to be grateful as well for the opportunity that you're giving each other. That the time that you donate to yourself to shift and transform into the best version of you. Accepting that you are abundant, accepting that you are worthy of everything you desire, unconditional love, and you are unconditional love. And you are all so worthy of it all. And I can't ask for more when I see the transformation that you are all going through. That's what makes me get up in the morning. If I eventually go to sleep. Because you know that I don't sleep much. So yeah, sometimes I can actually work all through the night and not actually go to sleep at all. But I digress. But yeah, that's what makes my soul sing, seeing how you are transforming and healing, and your light brightening up, and starting to believe how worthy you are. Yeah, it's beautiful. Right, let's do the last deck. So I think it's probably time for me to go home. Still haven't finished tidying up the room. Okay, Divine Spirit. Anything else to reinforce this reading? Or have I said it all? Anything else we need to know in this last deck? Even if it's just a one card. Oh, they gave me two. Can we see if there's one more? Because I always like three. I always do things in three. There were too many. But these two cards actually have caught my attention, so I'm going to take these two. And this last card, before I put the deck away, says a spiritual hug. And that's me sending a spiritual hug to all of you. So the last deck, the first card that pops out is You Came to Serve. Followed by Don't Fear Change, Embrace It and Grow. See how we can't be a coincidence reading cards, because you're reading the energy, and the energy is guiding the cards to come out, and these are all correlating to one another. 3 separate decks. I love it. Then the third card is the light in you can lead the way. And the last card is just so beautiful. So much light, so much healing, so much grounding energy. There is so much more to you than you think. I mean, right? Come on now. We all came here to serve in this moment in time, one way or another. Some of you I know are here for service. I've seen the transformation that you are going through, how you're shifting your career paths to be more of service with people, to help them find the way. And when you are in alignment, the light in you can lead the way. When you're in alignment with your soul, and not only you believe, you become to see and know, feel that there is so much more to you than you think, because we are not this vessel. We are not this limited being in this earth. We're so much bigger. Our higher self is capable of so much. We are amazing divine beings, people. You truly can have everything you want if you believe and you're in alignment with it. And when you don't fear change, you embrace it and grow with it. Use that fear to fuel your fire. Don't have that fear stop you from reaching your potential. Follow your happiness even if it's scary. Because when you follow your heart and you're in alignment and you listen to your guides and you flow with the universe, you can't go wrong. And those moments when we take the leap, and if it appears that it's not gone to plan, that's when we dig deep and believe even more. And we keep moving forward positively. Because if we start doubting, then we are creating what? The energy of resistance. So we are pushing back that positive energy, because we're living in a world that is a material world based on dense energy, which is why the bad stuff manifests quicker than the good stuff, because we have to work harder to rise up the frequency. Our oscillation is actually called, right? So it's harder to go from 0 to 10, of course, but to fall back down to 0 from maybe a 5 or even a 10 is going to hurt from a 10 for sure. It's so much easier because that energy is so dense that it just pulls you down. It's a magnet. Okay? So keep trusting, keep believing, keep envisioning your reality, what you want, and create it. Because our imagination, what we see, in alignment with what we think, and more importantly, what we feel, that's what creates the magic. If we think it and we see it, but we don't feel it, that's mixed emotions, right? That's mixed messages going on there. So you don't know if you're coming or going, and that's where fear comes in, confusion comes in, panic comes in. We don't want that. We want lightness. We want free. We want happiness. We want love and support. But don't forget that when all of them are in alignment, then what we have to do is take action. Because again, we are in a material world, so sometimes we have to take action, take those steps to make things happen for us, which may mean embracing an opportunity that is given, but always make sure that whatever opportunity comes in, it's in alignment. Don't do a knee-jerk reaction because it's like, oh yeah, that's what I want. Make sure that it's the right choice, it's the right opportunity for you. Ultimately, only you can change your stars, because you are in charge of your reality. Because your reality, your external reality, is a projection, an extension of your internal reality. That's why when we shift our internal, when we heal, when we empower ourselves, get to know ourselves, get to love ourselves unconditionally, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we become one, when we are united within with who we are, which is divine light, then it ripples out on your external reality, and it will affect everything and everyone around you. That's why when we are on a healing journey, many people that once upon a time used to be our friends, our circle, they're no longer there. They start falling to the wayside because they're no longer in alignment with your truth. They're no longer in alignment with who you are, with your energy. As you rise up, you become uncomfortable to those who are not ready to do the work, to face the shadows. So it's only natural that when that happens, they start acting out, they start pointing the finger. Oh, you've changed. Yes, I've changed. Of course I've changed. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're here to learn. We're here to grow, expand, remember. If you transcend at the end of your life being exactly the same person that you were throughout your whole life, you simply wasted your life. And you're going to have to do it all over again until you learn your lessons, until you remember. So now that you have that knowledge, now that you're having these new conversations that maybe you never had before, you take him on board and you turn him into power to shift you forward. Yeah, okay. And let's close it there. I'm really excited about this reading. It's very positive, and I've seen it happening among many of you. And I'm really cheering you on. I am so excited for so many of you, because you are literally on the cusp of transformation, of greater things. And I can't wait. I really can't wait. Okay, so let's give thanks to our guides. let's give thanks to the universe for guiding us on this reading journey that we have just shared. I know it's a very long reading. There's a lot of knowledge, a lot of nuggets, lots of insight that have come through today. And I hope, no, I scratched that. I trust, never hope. I trust that's been of value to you all. And he has spoken deeply to your soul. There's no doubt about that. And is giving you some strength and empowerment to take that leap of faith to move you forward further on your journey. Sending you all so much love, unconditional and radiant light. Take care, everyone. Much love.